Welcome to the School of Health and Long Life. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer, then you've undoubtedly come to the realization that going to war against your body is not going to restore health. It's not going to bring you the results you're looking for. So as a result, you've probably been looking online on the internet to find an alternative, rational path, a path that makes sense and resonates within you. However, what you're finding on the internet is that you're overwhelmed. There's too much information on everything, and there's a lot of conflicting opinions about this and that, and which leaves you not only confused, but even panicked, thinking that there might not be a way. Well, it's for these reasons that we have put together a series of videos. These videos will be presentations, PowerPoint, and there'll be other just videos talking. And the intention of this is to clear away the confusion and let you know that there is not only an alternative way, but it's actually the only way. It's the only way to be restored to health. Because we have to realize, first of all, that whatever illness we have, be it cancer or heart disease, stroke or whatever it is, it's due to the fact that we have somehow strayed from a natural life. And straying from a natural life, our body has had to adapt. And it's these adaptations that are what we call diseases. It's not like we have a disease, a thing that got into us and we have to get rid of it. And it's with cancer, specifically for this series, we have to realize that cancer is not something that got into us, but rather it's our body adapting to a problem, to a series of problems. So anyway, that's what this video series is, and it's comprehensive. What it's going to do is not only allow you to understand what cancer is. By understanding what it is, you understand how you need to reverse that process. So in other words, how to walk backwards, how to get out of what happened that resulted in cancer. So we're going to talk about what cancer is, what lifestyle changes are necessary to make so that your body stops doing that, and stops doing that particular dance, that adaptation that we're calling cancer. In this series, I will be giving several lectures on the nature of cancer, toxemia, which is the root of all of our conditions, diet and nutrition, cleansing, sleep, stress, all of those things, and how they contribute to cancer, and how by controlling them and bringing them under control, the cancer goes away. It's just that your body's need to do that particular adaptation no longer exists. So you stop making cancer. Because really, if you don't stop making cancer, it doesn't matter how good anybody is at getting rid of it, it'll be back. We know that. You've heard that before. Okay. So in addition to me, I've got two incredible people three actually, that'll be on this video series. One is Darren Sherbane. He's a kinesiologist, which is a branch of physiology that deals with muscles and movement and things like that. And what Darren will do is help you approximate living a natural life. Now imagine, if we were living natural lives, before there were machines and before all of that, we're on the earth, we're natural beings, but we still have civilized communities. But in order to live our day, to get our food, to get our water, to do all the things we need to do, we'd be moving all day. We'd be bending and climbing and lifting, and that's what we'd be doing all day, right? Or most of the day, right? So that would be healthy. And I'll tell you, I've been to lots of countries, and I've been to islands, Fiji and other islands like that, where I would meet native people who don't even know what an iPhone is. And their bodies look like they came out of the gym. They look like they've been working out. They have a six-pack, and they're huge. Not huge, not like the way we see, but I mean they're well defined. And how is that? Just by living. Just by living. They climb trees to get something, and whatever they need to do. They pick things up, they lift, they're moving, their body's very agile. So what Darren will do is teach you different specific movements that are appropriate to your particular condition. So if you're someone who is right now doesn't have a lot of energy, and or you've got a problem with your leg or anything like that, he'll work with you individually for movements that'll help you to start moving again. All right, and if you're able to move around, then it'll be a whole different set. But anyway, you'll get the basic series of these, and the idea will be to do this like maybe 5 minutes every hour, or maybe 8 to 10 minutes every 2 hours, just so that all day your body's moving and your heart's working and everything's happening. This is natural. This is how we would do. It would not be natural to sit around all day at your work, at your computer, and then for an hour in the morning, just work out and sweat, and then an hour in the afternoon work out and sweat. That's not natural. No one, nothing in nature ever happens like that. So again, when it comes to movement, and movement is essential. We'll talk about what movement does. It can increase natural killer cells. It reduces stress. It clears your mind. It improves circulation. It improves your heart and your lungs. Your liver gets working. It puts everything into balance. It's absolutely essential. It's as essential as what you eat, and how you eat. That will be that portion of the program. Another portion of the program will be Tenzin Josh, who is a Western-trained psychologist from England. And who studied with and was a disciple of the Dalai Lama for 15 years, and actually has been working with the Dalai Lama for 35 years. So combining the Western psychology and Eastern spirituality, Tenzin will be introducing ways in which we can learn to control our minds. Because as we all know, those of us who are sick and those of us who are not sick, our minds are out of control. We don't know what we're going to think. Thinking just happens spontaneously. And what psychologists tell us is that 80% of our thoughts are negative. And then what we also know is that 90% to 95% of our mind is subconscious. That means we don't even know what we're thinking. We don't even know what our internal dialogue is. We don't know what we're telling ourselves. And since 80% is negative, then you can imagine that there's a lot of negative stuff going on underneath our consciousness. And this impacts directly our immune system. We know if someone is sad, angry, depressed, afraid, that their immune system, specifically natural killer cells and T cells, go down. And those are the two groups of white blood cells in our immune system that are necessary to eliminate cancer. And they're directly affected. So it can be said easily that the immune system is a slave to the mind. All right? We also know that joy, love, laughing, all these, gratitude, all of these things, we can measure it in the blood, significantly increases gamma interferon, significantly increases natural killer cell function. So it's very important, essential, that we get a hold of this situation. What I have learned over all the years that I've been doing this, 35 years now, is that if you don't take care of that, if you just take care of the physical part, it will come back. It will come back because our mind will not allow, it will keep our immune system dampened. And then you go back into the world, and the world is full of things that will potentially initiate and cancer. I mean, everyone you know has got either nanograms, micrograms, or milligrams. Even though they don't have a tumor, they're not diagnosed, there's always a little bit of that going on because it's an adaptive response. So keep that in mind. Okay? And it's the immune system that keeps that down. So our physical movement, our mind, our diet, when we go to sleep, the way we deal with stress, cleansing, we have to learn how to cleanse ourselves. All of that stuff will keep us healthy in the long run because it's not difficult to get rid of cancer. You can go to a surgeon and cut it out. The hard part is keeping it gone. So that's why this video series was developed, made, and I think you're going to find that it's exactly what you need. So if you are in some far-off country and you don't have the money to come, you don't have the time to come, or whatever, or because of travel restrictions, you don't need to now, for the most part. So anyway, sit back, enjoy, and learn how to live a healthy and long life.